Okay, so we are trying to resolve the issue, or we're trying to architect a way to have two SharePoint lists, SharePoint A and SharePoint B. So what we want to do is we have list B, which will integrate event information for different users and on different days. Events should be closed after a certain time. The list A should get the user data and count the events closed per week for each user. And another list where it keeps the total of events for the total of users. So what I have done already is I created two lists, an event list with a title, the name of the user, the date, and the status. And I created a list called user event summary where I have the event user and the number of closed events. So this is a number field that we can calculate and automate all of it. So we got these two fields, and I have a flow that we have already started. I called my flow update user event summaries from event activity, and this flow triggers when there is a new item created on the events list. And then I'm going to go ahead and so what we want is we want to see whenever, oh, I see. So we want to trigger when an item is actually modified. So I'm going to use when an item or file is modified. And I'm going to use my LKB playground, find my events list, and then this should trigger when an item is modified. When an item or file is modified. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all of my items in my SharePoint list and only get the ones that are closed. So I'm going to do the same thing again, playground, events. Then I'm going to add a filter query where my event user equals my event user from the trigger and my status equals closed. I'm going to do a save right there. And then we're going to do a update. No, actually, we're going to do an update. So SharePoint again. This time I'm going to do a get event, but this time I want to do it on my playground, but in the summary event. So this one I'm just doing get events. This one I'm doing get user event summary. And then this time my field is called the same. So I'm going to do event user equal, same as my, oopsies, take that out of my apply to each. Don't want to do too many apply to eaches, that would cause performance issues. So I'm going to get my event user from my trigger. So get that, and then I'm going to do an update. Let's see. Update an item way at the bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to go and pick my SharePoint set again. My list is going to be event summary this time. My ID is going to be my event summary. Let's go to name. And then for my number of closed events, all I'm going to do is do a length and get event, length, get events, and then get the value and close it. We'll do a save. And then let's go ahead and let's say we change, we're going to need to add a condition. If user does not exist in the summary list. Okay, so this one will be same thing. So we want to see how many there are. Do a length. And this one is I'll say greater than 0. If it's greater than 0, we update. But if it's less than 0, or if it's equal to 0 in our case, we're going to create an item in our playground again, and then summary, and there you go. And then we'll do our this. In this case, we just need our event user. can actually add the title as well. Title and closed events. I'm just gonna do the same thing, copy, paste, and I'm going to save. Okay, now let's change the status of this to closed. What I'm gonna do, also gonna add a few more. Bob, let's say Bob did it. Team, open. Oh, sorry. The user is Bob. The user started a new project. Save. Let's add a few more. Let's add one for Alice again. User completed a task. Let's say they did it 28th. Open. And this is Alice again. And save. And let's do one for Charlie. This one's gonna be, oops, I keep messing up the title. And save. So go look at if our flow triggered. Oops. Okay, so the flow failed. It says Alice does not exist. Okay, so there's a syntax error. We need a again. Okay, so Alice did not exist before, so we create a new item. So we go here, Alice has one closed event. So let's do the other Alice and set this to closed. And let's also set Charlie to closed. And let's go see if our... So SharePoint takes a bit to trigger the flows, unfortunately. So anyways, so yeah, we can easily create two lists and then have the activity on one of the lists trigger a Power Automate flow, which can then go in and update your list, your other lists. So it's quite easy. It's a pretty straightforward and simple flow. Looks like our flow has run. So I'm going to go into our summary. It doesn't look like it. Let's see what happened. So for Charlie, it says it created an item, which we don't see yet. What did it do for Alice? For Alice, it updated record. So maybe it'll take a few minutes. There you go. And the flow updated the record. So there you go. It is possible. Thank you. Hope that helped.